In that case, here's toss of 1. After this battle, the losing side organized Pomeroy's Flying Relief Column. While John Long was absent, Teddy Roosevelt ordered the winning force of this battle to leave Hong Kong. From the flagship Olympia,
Manila Bay.
15. Toss-up 2. One form of this movement, known as the School of Mind, was promulgated in a text called Instructions for Practical Living. Adherents of this movement believe that social harmony can be achieved by reforming language via rectification of
Confucianism.
15. Toss-up 3. This molecule is incorporated into helical peptides such as CR10 to enhance their bactericidal properties by increasing cell membrane penetration. It reacts with water to form ornithine in the urea cycle. 3 nitrogen atoms in the...
Ammonia?
No, sorry, -5. 3 nitrogen atoms in the guanidino group of this amino acid side chain give it the most basic side chain of any proteinogenic amino acid. For 10 points, name this amino acid whose one-letter abbreviation is R. Yes?
Cytosine.
Arginine. Toss-up 4. This text describes ominous clouds of inferiority forming in a child turned away from Fun Town. Written in response to a call for unity, this document rejects waiting because wait has almost always meant never. Rebuffing.
A letter from Birmingham Jail.
Yes for 15. Toss-up 5. This poem's first section describes people who left behind the lava and ash of poetry when they disappeared into the volcanoes of Mexico. A so-called footnote to this poem asserts every man's an angel and that, yes for 15. Toss-up 6. Substances in this state are used to calibrate platinum resistance thermometers to ITS 90 standards. A one-component system has 0 degrees of freedom in this state, according to the Gibbs phase rule. The Kelvin scale is defined by absolute zero and by water at this point, which occurs at 611 pascals and 200.
Triple point.
Yes for 10. Toss-up 7. A dispute over the cost of false teeth and spectacles caused Aniron Bevan to leave this man's government. Hugh Dalton tried to replace this man with the Foreign Secretary, Ernest Bevan, who oversaw imperial withdrawal from India.
Atlee.
Yes for 15. Toss-up 8. In 2013, this baseball player earned the AL Comeback Player of the Year award, then retired. Luis Gonzalez hit a single off this pitcher to end the 2001 World Series. The song Enter Sandman marked the entrances of this Panamanian, who was baseball's all-time leader in saves. In 2019, the Baseball Hall of Fame voters unanimously elected, for 10 points, what former closer for the New York Yankees? Yes?
Canseco.
No? Yes.
Rodriguez.
No, this is Mariano Rivera. Toss-up 9. These animals are paired with the Sushi Master in the title of a popular science book by Franz de Waal, who has argued that one species of these animals lives in a gynocracy and is capable of empathy. A book about human behavior by Desmond Morris describes humans as a naked form of this animal. For 10 points, name these primates whose great variety includes bonobos.
8.
Yes for 10. Toss-up 10. Potter sequence can cause a hernia through this structure, which is anchored by tendons called the right and left crura. Spinal nerves C3 through C5 innervate this muscle as part of the phrenic nerve. The external intercostals aid this muscle in its primary task, which results in decreased intrathoracic pressure and the expansion of the lungs. For 10 points.
Diaphragm.
Yes for 10. Toss-up 11. A yellow butterfly lands on one of these objects in Dante Gabriel Rossetti's Venus Verticordia. A painting by Lucas Cranach the Elder revised the mythological account by depicting Mercury holding a glass orb instead of one of these items. A basket of them on a distorted table is shown in a still life by Cézanne that prefigured Cubism. For 10 points, Renee.
Apple.
Yes for 10. Here's toss-up 12. Alec Lesueur wrote a book about his time in this city running a 4-star Holiday Inn. This city's Barcourt Square contains its most important temple, the Joconde Temple. Its hilltop cupola palace.
Lhasa.
Yes for 15. Halftime. We have a score of 80 to 45 in favor of Harvey. Ready to continue?
Yeah.
Ready over here? All right. Here's toss-up 13. In 2017, this man was forced into bankruptcy after being sued by investigator Gerald Tobin. This man often ends tweets about Donald Trump with the hashtag Basta. He was arrested by the LAPD in 2018 for domestic violence. Chuck Grassley accused this man and Julie Swetnick of making false statements about Brett Kavanaugh. For 10 points, in 2019, what former lawyer for Stormy Daniels was...
Michael Cohen.
Say it again?
Michael Cohen.
No, -5. For 10 points in 2019, what former lawyer for Stormy Daniels was charged with trying to extort Nike? Time is Michael Avenatti. Toss up 14. This poet found a record of Guido Franceschini's court case at a flea market in Florence, inspiring this man's epic The Ring and the Book.
Run.
Yes for 15. Toss up 15. A thought experiment explaining this effect considers light bouncing off a mirror on the ceiling of a moving train. This effect explains why.
Time dilation.
15. Toss up 16. In the run-up to this battle, the slave Sisinus pretended to betray his master while dealing with an enemy commander. This battle included the capture of Citolida by the general Aristides. It was followed by battles of Mycale and Plataea, which effectively... No, -5. It was followed by battles at Mycale and Plataea, which effectively ended Persian dominance in the Mediterranean. For 10 points, name this naval battle at which the Greeks, led by Themistocles, triumphed over the navy of Xerxes I.
Sound.
Yes, for 10. Toss up 17. This author described a heath as a calm and quiet scene filled with the memory of what has been. In the poem, 3 years she grew. The lines rolled around in Earth's diurnal course, with rocks and stones and trees, conclude this man's poem, A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal, which implies the death of a girl called Lucy.
More into it.
For 10. Toss up 18. In the Gylfaginning, 3D lists 13 male members of this group. When the witch Gulveig appeared among this group, its members killed her 3 times, sparking a war between this group and its counterpart. This group sent Honir and Mimir to their rivals in a hostage exchange in return for
Volume.
-5. This group sent Honir and Mimir to their rivals in a hostage exchange in return for Njord and Frey. The Vanir are contrasted with, for 10 points, what group of Norse deities led by Odin?
Acer.
That's 10. Toss of 19. The conservation of this quantity arises from invariance under gauge transformations of the scalar and vector potential according to Noether's theorem. The electric flux through a closed surface equals the enclosed value of this quantity.
Charge.
For 10. Toss of 20. This opera's prelude opens with cellos playing a rising A, F, descending to E, then D.
Tristan and Isolde.
15. Toss of 21. This actor partnered with Funny or Die for a Glam Up the Midterms, an initiative to get people to vote in the 2018 midterm elections. Julie Klausner and this actor starred as misanthropic comedians on Hulu's Difficult People. Amateur speed sketching and For a Dollar are recurring segments on a game show hosted by this actor, whose contestants are New York pedestrians. For 10 points, name the star of Billy on the Street. Time, it's Billy Eichner. Toss of 22. Toss of 22. Christian life under this dynasty was documented by the Nestorian scheme.
Yuan.
-5. The assassination of 2 princes from this dynasty in the Xuanwu Gate incident led to the abdication of its founder, Gao Zu. The Second Zhou dynasty interrupted the rule of this dynasty under Empress Wu Zetian. The An Lushan rebellion targeted this dynasty. For 10 points, what Chinese dynasty succeeded the sway and ruled until the 10th century? That's 10. Toss of 23. A poem by this author states, "You wasted your life here in this small corner." This poet warns that you won't find a new country because the title location will always pursue you in his poem, The City. A poem by this author asks, why the sudden bewilderment, this confusion, after the title people who were a kind of solution failed to arrive. For 10 points, name this Greek-Egyptian poet of Waiting for the Barbarians.
Kafavi.
Yes, for 10. Toss of 24. This trait is called the engine of capitalism in psychologist Daniel Kahneman's book, Thinking Fast and Slow. Marquetta gets a postcard calling this, not religion, the opium of the people in Milan Kundera's novel, The Joke.